Coffee. Murphy at the top. This Minnesota team at 16-8, 6-7 in the Big Ten Conference, but firmly in the NCAA tournament picture as of now. McBrayer over to Coffee with 5 to shoot. Oturu working against Borkart. The fadeaway for the freshman not going to go, and Roby the rebound.
Nice block out by Roby on Murphy, able to get his hip in and ride him out. Good walling up there by Borkart.
There's Palmer attacking quickly, and Palmer gets to the rim for a ball.
And that's what he needs to do, Kevin. I think over the last 4 or 5 games, he has settled for jump shots when he didn't have to get to the rim and force Minnesota to defend you outside in.
Now, one of the things Tim Miles was talking with us about earlier was expect to see a little more dribble drive, a little more penetration attempts tonight by Nebraska trying to get to that rim.
And get to the foul line, especially with a guy like Palmer, who's in the high 70s, and that's a way that Watson could get going as well. He's almost a 90% foul shooter.
Murphy working on the baseline, gets past Roby for his first 2. Murphy in that first meeting, 18 points, 13 rebounds. He career averages a double-double against the Huskers. 16.5 points, 11.5 boards for Murphy. Here's Palmer again on the attack, driving inside, and it's an offensive foul on James Palmer Jr. It's been a real struggle from a mental standpoint more than anything else for Nebraska in this streak. Travel turns it back over to Nebraska. Meanwhile, on the Minnesota side, Richard Pitino in his 6th season as Minnesota head coach. He's got a team right now that's 4-5 against the top 50 on the year. They're firmly in that net ranking at 58, but they're right in the NCAA tournament bracket as of now with some winnable games down the stretch. Allen, fresh off 18 at Purdue. He'll try to launch from deep. That one well short.
That's just a bad shot. And there's no question you can get that shot anytime. And Kevin, you talked about it. Coach Miles was talking about the importance of attacking off the dribble. You can get that shot off a dribble drive and kick back. I know you hit 5 of 6 in your last time out, but there's no need to settle for a contested 3 that early in the shot clock.
Yeah, he has not had great success from behind the arc in Big Ten play at home. He's only hit 6 from deep at home against Big Ten competition. Now for Allen, last time out in West Lafayette, very, very good. 5 of 6 from 3. He had 18 points to tie his career high.
And he's also been good throughout the year on the defensive end of the floor, averaging a couple steals per ball game for the Cornhuskers.
Was out of the starting lineup the last 2 games for Thorbjorn Arsen, trying to provide a little spark in the offense and provide a little lift off the bench. Inside, nice catch by Murphy, who muscles it up but can't get it to go.
Nice high-low action, everything but the finish for Murphy. That was a very difficult catch in traffic.
Here's Watson on the baseline, rejected by Oturu, and then kept in play by Coffee. Excellent play all around. And Coffee a little bobble on his way into the front court.
Let's see if they try to get Coffee down on the block, posting up the smaller Watson.
Oturu on the block, couldn't get it to him as nice Murphy now will duck it down. Oturu, the turnaround jumper, won't go. There's Murphy with the offensive rebound. Nobody does it better in the league than Murphy on the offensive glass.
And no one uses his lower body more effectively than Murphy. He's generously listed at 6'7". He's probably closer to 6'5" or 6'6". But the fans at home, once that ball goes up, watch how low he gets and then is able to explode. He doesn't necessarily have the highest initial jump, but gets off the floor very quickly on the second opportunity. It's because he's playing low all the time.
Roby trying to work against Murphy. Watson now with 7 to shoot. Nebraska deep in the shot clock and in some trouble. Watson has to pull the trigger on a deep 3, and the rebound to Murphy. Good defensive possession by Minnesota.
And Watson compounded it by pulling the string. He didn't hold his follow-through, Kevin.
It's a young man who is really trying to find any sort of rhythm right now, Sean, and it's been hard to find of late for Glenn Watson. He's missed 15 straight shots in this building as Oturu hits the 2.
I tell you what, the confidence that that young man is playing with offensively is impressive. And to see his growth throughout his freshman season has really been something to watch. He's playing so confidently on the offensive end, made his initial impact defensively for the Golden Gophers.
Palmer will try a 3, that's off the heel, and Coffee the rebound. Nebraska scoreless for almost 3.5 minutes.
That was a settle by Palmer on the offensive end, and it leads to an outstanding duck in by Oturu.
Boy, what position he got down low early. 8-0 run for Minnesota, and Daniel Oturu on both ends of the floor is really sparking.
And the way that Nebraska was able to crack the scoring column, was attacking off the dribble. They've gotten away from that and settled for some perimeter jump shots.
Here comes Watson trying to get back into that painted area, but has to back it out again. Allen will try. Now Palmer with 6 to shoot. Nothing there. Feeding inside to Borkart. Borkart with 2 on the shot clock. Allen has to launch a deep 3, and that won't go. Boy, Nebraska's offense, as it has been throughout this 7-game losing streak, just stuck in the mud.
Yeah, the ball stuck as well as the movement of personnel.
Murphy. Here's Oturu from the elbow. That leaner goes, and Oturu red hot, sparking a 10-0 run.
What a wonderful play by Oturu. Usually you'll see a big guy have too much momentum and dribble himself into traffic and into trouble, but the ability to pull up and knock down that mid-range jump shot, very impressive.
And Roby fires a 3, no good. Nebraska continues its struggles, 1 for 7 from the floor, 0 for 5 from 3 as Kalsher can't get that 3 to go, and Roby the rebound. Where will the points come from, though, for an ice-cold Husker team as Coffey is called for the reach-in? Here's Palmer off the fake. Palmer gets inside and gets 2 to break the 10-0 Gopher run. When Nebraska was at its best earlier in the year, Sean, they were consistently getting the ball to the rim. It opened up a lot of offense.
And getting to the foul line.
And another excellent play by Oturu, who has into Pinnacle Bank Arena and is on fire early with 8.
And understanding of Borkart out, Brady Hyman having to come in there and guard him. He's no match physically, and good job by the Golden Gophers of recognizing that mismatch.
Here's Allen, blocked from behind by McBrayer, and the ball taken away, ends up with Oturu. Now McBrayer up the floor. Coffey will pull the trigger on the 3, and he'll hit. That's dangerous for Nebraska. They saw a lot of Amir Coffey in his 32-point game against the Huskers in December.
And that 3 came on the secondary break. He does a lot of his damage in the open floor here, does a nice job of trailing. Minnesota really playing confidently, and it started by establishing themselves inside.
Good feed from Roby, finds Hyman for 2.
All 3 baskets have been at the rim. This is not a complicated game, Kevin. I mean, just continue to attack the rim.
Murphy inside, muscling it up. Roby got a piece, and Roby tips the rebound out to Allen. Now the Huskers in transition. Here's Watson, the 3. Not gonna go, and the rebound, Kalsher. And the struggles continue for Glenn Watson.
Like me at a wedding reception, Glenn Watson is struggling to find the rhythm right now, Kevin.
7.9 points per game in this losing streak for Watson, shooting just 26%, and he's missed now 17 straight in this building. Oturu, the double comes late, and a foul is going to be called. Stockman on the floor, along with Brock Stoll from Minnesota. Here's Kalsher. That shot knocked away. Allen comes up with it. Amir Harris out there for the Huskers, along with Thorbjarnarson. Thorbjarnarson started the last 2 games in a bump as Watson tried to take it to the rim. Glenn Watson gets himself to the rim and gets 2, and that broke a streak of 17 straight misses, and not a surprise, Sean, it happened by getting to the rim.
Just continue to attack. You were 0 of 6 from deep. Go right at Minnesota. It has paid dividends for you.
Minnesota off to a hot start. Murphy thought about it, now fires the 3. That's not going to go, and Jordan Murphy just 4 of 17 from 3.
Nice job by
back the other way.
Nice job by Borkart of kind of goading him into that shot.
Now Harris got to the rim. Tim Miles is not going to be unhappy with that, even though he missed it.
Not at all.
There's Murphy getting into more familiar territory with that hook, and it falls.
And if you are the defenders for Nebraska, you have to understand, especially after that missed jump shot, if he catches the ball and you're backing off, he's still going to come right at you. So you have to be willing and kind of guess where he's going to potentially draw a charge.
9-point Gopher lead. Torbjorn Narson chased by Stoll. Allen looking to probe, shot clock at 10.
Boy, the length of coffee really bothered him on the closeout.
There's Watson from the foul line, the fadeaway, not gonna go. Murphy the rebound.
A good move, but again, Kevin, he pulled the string. He didn't hold the follow through on his jump shot.
Inside, and Mott Stockman with a two-hand flush. 9 points is his best game this year, but Minnesota going to the 7-footer early, the transfer from Louisville. And a foul called on Kalsher. That'll be his second. Palmer, the wraparound pass to Roby. Roby working inside. Jarvis Omersa. Tough shot for Roby that falls.
Yeah, if you're Minnesota, you can live with that one because Omersa did a very good job of keeping Roby in front. That was just an outstanding conversion.
Omersa doesn't see a lot of time, but they really like his upside.
Very athletic. Once that ball goes up on the backboard, that's where he's at his most effective.
Oturu love his upside, and he unable to connect on that one. Just his third miss of this ball game. He's got 8 points.
Palmer has to be careful now with those 2 early fouls.
Reinserted to try to provide some offense for a struggling offensive team as Palmer drives it right to the rim and gets the bank to fall.
And is able to power right through McBrayer. Now he'll have to be cognizant the next time because Borkhardt's not much of an offensive threat. Oturu is kind of playing a center field defensive player on the other end.
Now trying to lift the home team here back within 7. Stoll knocked away by Harris. Oturu able to pick it up.
Well, I thought Stoll might have gotten away with a foul on Harris off the deflection.
Coffey the 3 with a shot clock winding, and it's knocked out by Omersa. It'll belong to Nebraska. 7-point game. Roby and Watson trying to decide who wants to bring it up. Here's Watson, gets inside, floats that one over Stoll.
And a good job by Watson of recognizing that he had the quickness advantage over Brock Stoll. They clear out that side of the floor, and he's able to convert.
6-0 run has the Huskers within 5. They wanted Oturu, now they'll lob it inside to Oturu, who finishes. 5th straight game already in double figures for Oturu. He's got 10.
And boy, you can tell that Minnesota has emphasized we are going to go high-low. We saw Murphy hit Stockman here. Omersa finds the fellow freshman Oturu for the conversion.
Boy, Oturu has a world of options to score. We saw that jumper early, in all kinds of traffic there as Palmer gets to the rim, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for one more. Palmer converts on the and one. 31 of the 38 points tonight have been scored in the paint. That's what teams are getting done at the bucket versus behind the arc. Just 1 for 10 combined from 3.
Well, they missed Oturu. If that was a clean catch by Murphy, that was a duck down and an excellent seal again by Oturu.
Washington nowhere to go, has to back out with 4 to shoot. Picked up by Hyman on the switch. Washington dribbling through traffic. McBrayer, did he get the shot off? They're going to say no, just late.
Minnesota extending the defense here a little bit. I think they want to kind of have a cumulative effect as this game goes on because we've talked about the fact this is not the deepest Nebraska team, even prior to the injury to Isaac Copeland, and the last couple of weeks have certainly made that apparent.
Remember, Palmer playing with 2 fouls right now, so that depth will be a real problem if he's unable to stay on the floor as he launches and hits from 3. And Nebraska, with its first from deep, draws within 1 on a 12-2 run.
And how about the pass out of the post from the freshman Brady Hyman?
And Palmer with the steal, able to keep it in play. Excellent effort by Palmer. Now the 3 on the other end. And Hyman, but a foul's going to be called. Palmer fouled in the corner. Richard Pitino opts to keep Jordan Murphy on the floor with 2 fouls as well. Just picked up his second, fouling Palmer on that three-point attempt. There's Murphy working against Roby. Ball tipped around. Hyman bats it out to Watson, and now Watson on the push.
And a nice job by Harris defensively. He's been a nice lift off the bench here on that end of the floor so far.
Palmer wanted to pull the trigger on that three, instead goes to Roby.
Roby needed to take and finish that himself with Murphy on him with 2 fouls.
Palmer losing the dribble. McBrayer spins away with a steal. The lob on the alley-oop. Adamir Coffey with the two-hand flush.
And that's what they want to do, and that's why they punished Nebraska in the first meeting in the Twin Cities, getting up and down the floor. If you are Nebraska, you don't want turnovers. You especially don't want a live ball turnover because you see the result.
Watson bumped by Kalsher. Tough jumper for Watson, but it falls through. 6 for Glenn Watson Jr. Huskers by 1. Nebraska's hit its last 6 field goals in this game.
I want to get a Oturu post touch here.
There he is. Oturu against Hyman, and Hyman with hands on Oturu called for the foul. McBrayer the lob into Oturu. Well, first half he's had 10 points to pace the Gophers. Murphy playing with 2 fouls. Kalsher playing with 2 fouls.
Good job by Borkhardt of beating him to a spot initially.
And then a foul on Palmer, and that's number 3.
But he's going to sit for at least the rest of this half with his 3rd personal.
And Coffey with the 3 off the inbound. And Minnesota back on top by a pair.
That's his 2nd triple of the night.
8 for Coffey. Nebraska almost turned that one over again.
Now with Murphy with 2, you might want to get the ball in Roby's hands, and let's see if he can try to attack Murphy here.
He'll go to work, a little jab step, now banging his way inside. Murphy pokes it free, and it'll stay on this end of the floor with 9 to shoot. Murphy sits with those 2 fouls. There's Watson, 5 to shoot, and a foul is going to be called on Glenn Watson.
You can't dislodge a defensive player as Watson did there.
And if you move your arm out, it's going to get the call. Kalsher over to McBrayer now. 15 to shoot for Minnesota. Gophers up a pair. They've led by as much as 11 in this first half as Oturu sparking that big lead early. Misses the jumper, and Thorpe Yarnarsson with the rebound. Watson with the fake, steps in for the 2, and Glenn Watson's starting to feel a little rhythm. He's got 8.
That's the most confident move I've seen him make in 2 weeks. The shot fake, you let the defender go by, and then he allowed the game to slow down for him. He didn't rush it. He came under control with the rhythm dribble. That's a good sign for Nebraska as well as for him individually.
And after 17 straight misses at home, he's hit his last 4 from the floor. Nebraska with Palmer on the bench with 3 fouls could really use good Glenn Watson tonight. Here's Oturu inside, and Oturu probing, draws the foul on Borkhardt. Long way to go in this one as Omersa thought about soaring to the rim and then lost it, poked out of bounds. Last touch by the Huskers.
You could see his football background there. I mean, he went up and corralled that with 2 hands very confidently.
Inbound to Oturu, 15 to shoot. Here's Coffey, favorite spot on the floor, but that one well short and out of bounds to the Huskers.
The difference between the 2 that Coffey made and that one, it was contested. He didn't have his feet under him. Nice job by Nebraska of coming out and getting a hand up.
Huskers have hit their last 7 on this end of the floor. Roby has it poked free, and did it go off his knee? It did. It'll belong to Minnesota.
Nice job of the 2 officials of making sure that they conferred before making the call.
Lamont Simpson, Kelly Pfeiffer, the 2 that were conferring there. Rob Kuhneman left out.
He's playing, in that situation, he's playing Sean Morris, being left out.
No one plays the role of Sean Morris better than Sean Morris.
No one else wants it, Kevin, as you know.
Kept trying to give it away all day in Lincoln. Nope, they didn't want it. McBrayer fading away on the baseline, and Dupree McBrayer on the scoreboard with his first jumper.
And a smart play by Oturu. When he saw the left-handed dribbler McBrayer coming at him, he vacated the area, and that took his defender with him.
Tough pass, Roby with a good catch to keep that in play. And then the move, the hook won't go. Borkart battling for the rebound, but it's saved by Coffey.
That's a shame for Roby because that was a big-time move.
Here's McBrayer. Coffey's had a hot hand with 8 points. Oturu with 10 to pace the Gophers. Murphy on the bench with 2 fouls. McBrayer with a bobble, 10 to shoot.
Good job by Allen of forcing McBrayer right.
Oh, Mersa has to try the 3. That's not going to go. And Thorbjorn Arson the rebound. Watson around the Borkart screen. Gets the matchup he wants. Leaves it for Thorbjorn Arson on the baseline. Watson is down. Watson on the sidelines trying to shake that one off. Looks like he's going to be okay.
In my administration, everybody would wear high tops. Everybody. Even you, Kevin.
Even me right now?
Yeah. You're susceptible to injury.
Oturu, and that's 3 seconds. Spent a little too much time in there waiting for some clearance. There's Thomas Allen. Quiet tonight so far, but Allen can get it going in a hurry as he takes it to the rim and lays it in.
That was a big-time play because you had Oturu rotating over.
Huskers were down 11 right out of the gate in this game. Now up 2 with 50 seconds until halftime. McBrayer's 3 will fall.
You don't allow a guy like Oturu to use that length and extend. If you put your shoulder into the chest, you negate the height advantage.
17 to shoot for Nebraska's. Roby will try to go to work. Roby inside. The running hook won't fall. And now Minnesota can hold for the final shot of the half and take a lead into the locker room.
Really important right now for Brady Hyman that when that shot goes up that he finds Oturu and put a body on him and not allow a second chance opportunity here with the half about ready to expire.
Coffey's hit a couple from 3. He'll find McBrayer who will launch again. Dupree McBrayer had it pop out. Palmer back out there with his 3 fouls. Going to work with Allen at the top for 3. And Thomas Allen, who was so good last weekend at Purdue, hits from deep. His first 3-pointer, Nebraska's second as a team, and the Huskers with a 2-point advantage early. McBrayer, baseline, reverse, won't go. Rebound, Murphy muscles it up. That's not going to go. Murphy again. Roby takes it away with a foul.
Hey, would Roby, if he were to just point.
Jordan Murphy, Richard Pitino said he's the best hands of any kid he's ever seen. He's seen a lot of basketball players. You can see that, though. The hands of Jordan Murphy are just fantastic.
He goes after everything with 2 hands.
And usually gets it.
And the key there is the plural hands. A lot of times guys will try to make a play with 1 rather than 2.
There's Watson, he'll try a 3. And Glenn Watson Jr. is feeling a rhythm for the first time in a month. He's got 11. There's Murphy.
Nice help by Borkart.
Roby with the swat. No foul this time, and Watson trying to save it. Both Borkart and Roby to this point have been able to stay out of foul trouble. That's been a problem for Borkart of late. 15 fouls in the last 4 games. McBrayer with the 3, and Allen the rebound.
And if you're Nebraska, you'll live with that all day long.
Huskers by 4.
That's
and
a foul on Watson. Yep.
On Glenn Watson. Here's Coffey. Hit a couple from deep, right at the top of the key in that first half.
Well, they're really trying to attack Palmer and get that 4th.
7 to shoot. Oturu from the elbow. A little bit short. Good contest by Borkart. And now the push ahead for Nebraska. Palmer in the open floor. Had to jump it out of traffic, and that one tipped out of bounds.
Palmer very fortunate that pass was deflected because he got up in the air with nowhere to go.
Coffey nearly took it away. Palmer regathers for 3. They're going to look at it on the next dead ball, but a 9-1 run for the moment for Nebraska. Largest lead of the night for the Huskers, who once trailed by 11 in this game. Breyer on the baseline finds Kalsher for the open three. Good answer for Minnesota.
Boy, they are really attacking Palmer off the dribble. We've seen McBrayer try to convert in his own right, but there he stopped short and kicked it over in the corner.
Here's Watson, the deep two, and the rebound tipped out of bounds.
Nice help there by Roby. Really good communication. They were trying to run a stagger for Kalsher, and they took it away.
10 to shoot for Murphy. Double comes from Borkart. Murphy in some trouble. Murphy has it knocked away, and a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it on this end, but 6 to shoot for Minnesota.
Outstanding job by Nebraska of being wired in terms of communication. Watch Roby Kier help on the jump shooter Kalsher. And he's quick enough to keep Kalsher in front. What a wonderful job on the defensive sequence there by Roby.
Tour with the screen to get Coffee free, but he can't convert on the jumper. And Nebraska the other way. There's Allen, nothing there. Now Allen will try again. The floater in the lane. Rolls home for Thomas Allen.
Boy, just a series of dribble weaves, able to, in concentric circles, get themselves closer to the rim.
And out of bounds, Roby forcing the turnover.
And McBrayer, with the way that Allen has shot the ball, he cannot lose sight of number 12 here in the corner.
There's Palmer trying to attack Oturu, has to back it out. Now Palmer again. 3 Gophers waiting. Watson the open three. And an air ball for Watson goes back to Minnesota. Six-point lead for Nebraska.
Let's see if the Golden Gophers try to get something down there on the block that was so advantageous to them early.
There they go, right to Oturu. Working against Borkart, muscles it up, bucket and a foul.
And they utilized a nice cross screen to free up Oturu last time. I'm going to go back inside either to Oturu or to Murphy.
Kalsher got an open three, though, and you're not going to turn that down with your best three-point shooter.
And that's the first time he's been able to get his feet set, and it was made possible because they reversed the ball and they cut hard. That forced Nebraska to react defensively.
This crowd has gone silent again in Lincoln. Here's Palmer trying to attack. 14 to shoot for Roby.
He needs to take Kalsher right to the rim.
Driving it at Kalsher. The ball pops free. Roby was looking for a foul. It didn't come, and the rebound knocked out of bounds to Nebraska. Huskers lead is 1. Here's Allen. Palmer in trouble, taken away. Coffee pushing ahead to McBrayer, and McBrayer gives the Gophers the lead. We welcome you back to Lincoln alongside Sean Morris, Kevin Kugler here with our entire BTN crew. A one-point game. Teams have exchanged leads as Allen gets to the elbow, left that one short, and the rebound caroms to Kalsher.
And Allen took his eye off the rim to locate the shot blocker Oturu there. That's why he left it short.
McBrayer against Palmer. Palmer battling with 3 fouls. That is 3rd late in that first half. Murphy against Roby. 9 to shoot. Murphy going to work. Wrap around pass to Oturu, and the reverse falls for Oturu. A 9-0 Gopher run.
Nice catch in traffic by Oturu, and you know, Roby did everything he did to try to wall up on Murphy, but we talked about how low the center of gravity is for Murphy, and you saw it there on the crab dribble.
So pressure applied by Minnesota. Huskers now with 15 to shoot as they set up in the half court.
Yeah, a little bit of a zone look, and that means the high post is going to be available for a guy like Roby if he flashes from behind the defense.
Watson trying to get baseline. Murphy blocks it off. There's Roby inside against Oturu with a left hand. A little too strong off the glass, and then out of bounds. Roby poking it free. It'll belong to Jordan Murphy and the Gophers. The Huskers now have gone cold again. Almost 3 minutes without a point for Nebraska.
A nice little defensive adjustment there by Minnesota, showing a little bit of a 2-3, something Nebraska has not seen so far tonight.
Minnesota take advantage of that Nebraska offense going into cold storage again. Here's Kalsher.
Good job by Allen of being there on the catch.
9 to shoot. Oturu against Borkart, trying to push Borkart around. Oturu up and under, traveled with it. around the Roby screen. Tough two for Watson, well short.
And he took his eye off the rim as well.
Long rebound, though. Turu poked it free, gets it down to Roby for the two-hand.
And Roby was able, on that scramble situation, Kevin, to kind of set up shop behind that last line of defense.
And Turu, who had tried to get that loose ball, was on the other end of the floor when Roby got free. Here's Murphy driving inside, and it's through the hands of Oturu and taken away. The push now by the Huskers. Watson attacking to the rim, and Coffey changing that shot, but is called for the foul. And 2 shots coming for Glenn Watson.
What both of these teams are trying to do is buy a little bit of extra rest for some of their players, with the next media timeout coming in just under 30 seconds of clock time.
Yeah, we've not seen Nana Kenton tonight for Nebraska. A little under the weather, and weren't sure if we were going to see him. So far, we have not. Jordan Murphy working against Roby.
Look how low he gets.
And Murphy banging his way to the rim, gets 2. Husker fans thought there should have been a foul. 2-point lead for the Gophers. Palmer trying to attack Murphy. Big man holds his ground.
Don't settle for that. That's just a horrendous shot.
That step back 3, but Huskers fortunate as Amir Harris gets the rebound. Another guy who's given Nebraska some decent minutes tonight has been Amir Harris.
Very active on the defensive end of the floor here. Keeps the play alive with a tip back.
Nebraska down a pair. Watson around the Hyman screen. Almost lost that one. Now 10 to shoot for Nebraska. Palmer back to Roby. Roby driving on Stockman. Coffey picked it away. Watson open 3, and it falls.
Compare that shot to the early ones he missed. He stuck with that follow through and the fish hook all the way through.
And Nebraska with a 47-46 advantage. Glenn Watson with 15 for the Huskers. Murphy tipped away by Harris. There's Roby attacking Murphy, leaning to the rim, won't go. Tip try won't go, and that one batted out of bounds. It'll stay on this end of the floor.
This is a team in the Nebraska Cornhuskers that came into this ballgame +4 in turnover margin on the year, tops in the conference in that particular category.
10 or fewer turnovers in 14 of their last 17 games. They had 10 when these two teams met in Minneapolis in December. Murphy against Roby, and that'll be a foul on Roby, and that is his second. 10:38 remaining in this second half, of Nebraska by 1. McBrayer on the bounce to Coffey. Coffey will fire from the elbow. That one's short.
And he settled with Palmer on him with those 3 fouls. You know, maybe try to attack him. You're on the strong side of the floor with your left hand.
We saw a concerted effort coming out of the locker room for Minnesota to attack Palmer. We've not seen as much of that over the last 5 minutes. Amir Harris now. Shot clock winding to 10. Here's Palmer against Stockman on the switch. The bounce underneath to Hyman for 2.
That was a big-time play by Palmer, keeping his head up, and then the excellent delivery of the bounce pass with enough mustard on it so it bounced up with a freshman. All he had to do, Kevin, was catch and complete.
4 points for Hyman tonight. And now Murphy fouled by Hyman. And now an offensive foul. Nebraska is 4 of 6 at the line. Minnesota just 1 for 3. And in conference play, they average 23 attempts per game to lead the conference. Allen with the 3 pinballing out.
And had 32 in the first meeting between these two teams.
Here's Coffey. 3-point lead for Nebraska. McBrayer around the Oturu screen. Coffey tonight with 8. Quiet in the second half. Here's Murphy against Borkart. Hyman over there to help out, and Murphy muscling his way to the foul line. Another turnover for Nebraska. 3rd on Roby tonight, 8th for the team. And the Gophers trying to take advantage of Nebraska's 4th turnover in the stretch. They've hit 5 of their last 6 field goals to carve into that Nebraska lead down to 1. Coffee looking for the lead, driving inside, and Amir Harris with the block.
I tell you what, he has given them a big lift defensively, showing you, Kevin, that you can impact a game in far more ways than just scoring. Nice job of coming from behind and avoiding the contact, and Harris has gotten to loose balls. He's been active here with the block shot, but also with deflections.
It's got to be hard to impart to a younger player that you can impact a game without being a scorer, or Turu can impact a game on a lot of ways, that time missing the shot inside.
Good wall up there by Nebraska. But to pay off your point with Harris, you know how you get that? When you're rewarded with playing time as he has been, he's going to continue to get more.
On the bounce, Watson running to the rim using the window. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
I saw what you did there.
Yeah. And Watson using the bank to give Nebraska the 3-point lead.
And he also
17 for Watson.
Also avoided the charge.
Under 8 minutes remaining. McBrayer. Murphy the skip, Coffee open 3, and Coffee quiets the crowd from deep to tie it at 51.
Nice job by Coffee of having his feet set when the pass came, but the wonderful delivery on the cross-court pass by Murphy because it hit Coffee, the left-handed shooter, right in his pocket.
Coffee with 11 tonight. He had 12 in the previous 2 games combined. Watson, 10 on the shot clock. Here's Allen. Trying to get it to Borkhardt, good hands.
Dribbling himself into trouble, 1 dribble too many. A jump stop in the middle of the lane, he had a floater or provided a better passing angle to Borkhardt.
6 times we've been tied, 10 times the lead has changed hands. Minnesota trying to regain the lead here as Kalsher working against Roby, backs it out to Murphy. Coffee now with 5 to shoot. Gonna have to hurry. Coffee spinning, 1 on the shot clock. And the rebound to Harris, his 3rd rebound. .640 to go. Minnesota's lost 3 straight, Nebraska's lost 7 straight. Watson on the baseline, going reverse, got it in the foul. Big Ten tournament just a month away as Watson cannot convert on the 3-point play. He's got 19 though. Nebraska leads by a pair.
And only 1 of 3 from the foul line from a guy that came in shooting 85% from the strike.
Brayer with his palms extended as if to say, what are we running here? Here's Murphy. 10 on the shot clock for Murphy against Roby. Murphy just gonna go to work. Got Roby in the air and banked it home. We're tied again. 7th tie tonight. There's Palmer.
Nice curl.
Palmer's played the entire second half with those 3 fouls.
Good defense by Murphy, really good defense.
10 to shoot. Now Palmer gonna have to go to work. Borkhardt setting the screen. Palmer from the elbow, got it to fall.
Watson, shooter. James Palmer, Jr.
2-point advantage again for Nebraska.
Good job by Roby of taking away the high-low there.
There's McBrayer. Picked up by Watson on the switch. 8 on the shot clock. Oturu against Borkhardt. Won't go. Roby, good box out.
What a block out by Roby.
Watson pushing. Has to back it out. Good recovery by Minnesota. Coffee got in his way. Now Palmer with the step through, gliding to the rim, and a foul is going to be called. That'll be a 2-shot foul as McBrayer is whistled for the personal.
And this dribble drive, which will be rewarded with a couple of shots from the foul line, was made possible because of this play. Step to the side, difficult shot with the shot blocker coming at him, but because he made that shot, they don't close out under control, and he's able to get to his strength, which is off the dribble.
4-point lead for Nebraska, trying to break the 7-game skid at home here tonight. Murphy. Spinning past the logo, got Roby in the air, can't finish the first, but gets the second. And a timeout taken by Richard Pitino and Minnesota. Palmer with the push over to Roby. A lot of time left in this league. And a lot of time for these teams to both make a push toward the postseason. Roby spinning inside, forcing it up and in.
That was big time. I mean, he was able to get by Murphy, then he sees the shot blocker Oturu and spins away from that contact and hits a little flip shot.
McBrayer enters it now to Murphy. Murphy working against Roby. Backing his way down. Extra pass to McBrayer for an open three. Halfway down it comes out, and it's off the hands of Murphy and out of bounds. 4-point lead. Minnesota's applied this pressure sparingly tonight. 3.5 to go in this one. And a little bobble on the handoff. Palmer able to secure it. 5 seconds and counting on the shot clock. Palmer going to have to hoist this one up. It will not go, and the rebound ripped away by Amir Coffey. Minnesota has never won in this building. In Pinnacle Bank Arena, their last win came at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Doc Sadler was coaching Nebraska, and Tubby Smith coaching Minnesota. Murphy against Roby. Poked free by Roby, diving on the floor, but it goes out. It'll stay with the Gophers, 12 to shoot.
Well, we talked about it heading into the break, Kevin. Not a whole lot of mystery as to what Minnesota is going to try to do. They're clearing out a side of the floor and allowing a post-entry feed and isolating Murphy down there on the block with Roby.
Murphy had 2 fouls late in the first half. He has not committed a foul in the second half. Minnesota's only been whistled for 4, Nebraska 6. 6 to shoot. Murphy at the top, lobbing to Oturu, and Borkart called for the foul. Third on Borkart, and that'll send Oturu to the line for a 1-on-1 opportunity. Just a 63% shooter and 0 for 1 tonight.
And only the 6th free throw attempt. As you take a look at the stats, 6 free throw attempts with this one coming up here by Oturu compared to 32 trips to the foul line for Minnesota in the first meeting in the Twin Cities. And they also have been negated in the open floor. Fast break points killed the Cornhuskers in Minneapolis. Tonight, only 4 fast break points for the Golden Gophers.
Yeah, Nebraska's corrected a lot of the things that plagued them in December in that loss up there where they gave up a double-digit lead. Watson the step back from the elbow. That one won't go. Murphy the rebound. That shot hasn't gone for Glenn Watson until tonight, really, as Murphy goes to work against Borkart and muscles it up and through the big man.
I mean, he ran into a brick wall in Borkart, then's able to recover and get it up on the glass, and not just get it up there, but drop it through.
11 second half points for Murphy. He's got 17 for the game. Here's Palmer.
Good help by Oturu.
There's Watson now with 14 to shoot. Roby on the bounce. It's tipped away. Good hands by Coffey into the arms of Oturu.
Nice job by Coffey of opening up to that pass. That was a play that paid dividends where they dribbled at their teammate and backdoor cut. That's kind of a little Princeton wrinkle everybody has. Nice reaction by Coffey.
Dalsher trying to find room on the baseline. Here's Murphy now. Murphy again. Murphy short this time. Oturu cleaning the glass. He'll go to the line.
Nice job here by Coffey of opening up, being able to deflect that pass. That leads to the opportunity down here. Coffey, nice little leave for Murphy. And I mean, that's just, what do you do defensively if you're Nebraska? I mean, that's an incredibly difficult shot to convert.
After the third foul on Roby, Oturu for 2. One more to come for Daniel Oturu, trying to tie it up with 1:25 to go.
Now, if Murphy is guarding Roby, just watching Murphy on that foul shot. He was grabbing his shorts. I think he has really battled on both ends. If you're able to maybe get Roby in the short corner, there's a good timeout now.
We've had 10 lead changes in this game. We've had 8 ties in this game. Minnesota led by 11 early. Now trying to grab the lead late. McBrayer. Right back it goes to Murphy. Murphy on the baseline against Roby, and Gophers have grabbed the lead thanks to Jordan Murphy, sparking a 6-0 Minnesota run.
He just turned, faced, and put his shoulder right into the chest of Isaiah Roby.
Where will the Husker answer come from? Palmer driving inside, and he got bumped by Coffey, but this is on the floor, just the 15th foul against the Gophers.
Well, they have been isolating Jordan Murphy on Isaiah Roby on both sides of the floor. Here you turn, face. I mean, he just played bully ball right there against Roby, and very fortunate. That could have been an offensive foul with that clear out of the inside arm.
After the 5th foul of the Gophers in this half, Palmer driving, Oturu with the block, but a foul. And that'll send Palmer to the foul line to try to tie this game. Oturu with his 3rd. Huskers have not scored in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, an untimely scoring drought for a Nebraska team that's seen plenty of these in the last 7 games. And short, Palmer with one more free throw, and it's a 1-point game in Lincoln with 46.7 seconds to play.
And you knew, Kevin, that Jordan Murphy was not going to allow the game that he had last time against Michigan State, where he only had 5 points, 6 boards in 30 minutes. That wasn't going to carry over here. He has responded admirably.
Gee, you think they'll look to number 3 here?
What a shock if that happens.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Amir Coffey eyeing it now at 10. Gonna go at 7, here he goes. Murphy, extended, driving, bangs his way into Roby, and it's a charge.
Well, we talked about it. There's no question what he's going to do. And if you're Roby, you have to anticipate that. He does. The shoulder dips. It's amazing how those things equal out. Remember on the previous basket, Murphy was very fortunate he wasn't called with the inside clear off. Here he dips his shoulder, and for the folks at home who may be saying he was moving, you can still be moving if you're in legal guarding position and you have the player in front, and that's exactly what Roby did.
And Tim Miles will take his final time out. Here we go, final 18.7 seconds. Nebraska trying to break a 7-game skid, Minnesota trying to break a 3-game losing streak. 10 seconds to play. Here's Palmer. Now Allen with 5 seconds. Allen drives, lost it. Ball loose, out of bounds. It will belong to Nebraska. Here's Watson inbounds. Palmer leaning in. There's a foul. Coffey is called for a foul with 1.1 seconds to play. Tie game. 1.1 seconds remaining. Richard Pitino uses his final timeout. And now 1.1 seconds for Minnesota to try to win it with a miracle. Coffey to half court. Kalsher lost it, and Nebraska loses their 7-game losing skid.
You know, you've played so outstanding here during your time in Lincoln, but as someone that's also a great teammate, how important was it for you to see a guy like Glenn Watson have some success after he struggled recently?
It was great, man. I know we both been struggling lately, and we know that when Cope had to get off, we both had to step up, and we work out every single day, so I knew it was going to come sooner or later.
Hey, thanks for your time. Enjoy the win. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys?
What was the sense of relief in the locker room after a game like that, considering what you look up to?
Yeah, I think what was interesting is a few of those guys, you could see there was some relief. And then James Palmer's talking to them, and they're like, hey, we need to build on this going into Northwestern. You know, we need to get ready for this game. And I thought that was, you know, a lot of leadership and a lot of maturity. And that really did my heart well. And but it, you know, it was there's no foolishness or celebratory stuff. It was just, let's get ready. This is good. Finally, it was like, there was a collective sigh of relief about finally.